Hello, everyone. Welcome to Power Rangers Centurion. It is a fabulous, cool, and crisp December, and we are here to have a fabulous, cool, and crisp time in Centurion Ridge, where Ivanus is maybe still on the loose, but may have been knocked into a fountain and killed by Link. Who can say? Who knows the truth? Anything is possible. The only thing we know for sure is that there are power weapons, just like the power tool of the Spiral Saber Sword, now in Alex's care. For those of you that are new, welcome to the channel. We are on a new channel, the Shadows of Nox. We made the determination because things were headed in a bit of a darker direction than what you would normally get on Rem Alternus, that it was time to bring the show into kind of a new home, one where there can be a bit more swearing where it's warranted, and also one where we start out each episode with a content warning. This will change a little bit of the Ally Club. The Ridge Ranger Ally Club is still a thing, but right now it's just for following the Shadow of Nox Twitch, correct, Isabeth? Yes.
Too many
I'm getting an odd
pieces. Yes. Right now, if you follow us on Twitch, you can give a ranger of your choice an extra story point. That is the only one that we are continuing for now.
Yes. Much like the original Power Rangers club, we're building some things in a bit at a time until we are cool and rich enough that we can provide you with your very own Centurion Ridge lunchbox at some point. That is my hope, and that is my goal. My goal is also to introduce all of our players, including the person we have here for a cameo, who I'm very excited to have potentially join the group. We are doing cameos for a future Ranger over the next couple of weeks, as sort of a December treat, and then some decisions will be made. No one's going to die, I'm pretty sure, but who knows? Anything can happen in Centurion Ridge. Let's start off with everybody's favorite Yellow Ranger, who I don't remember where they are in the overlay, but they are above me in the Discord. Welcome, Katie. Are you up to any things that are amazing and operatic at the moment?
So yeah, we're going into our third and final weekend of the opera / musical that I'm involved in. First act is an opera, the second act is a musical, and it's a world premiere, and it's amazing, and I'm very excited. After this, I will be taking a break from all things opera. So I've done like 3 in a row. I need a break.
It's good, yes.
Yeah, so I'm Dungeon Mistress Katie on all of the things, mostly TikTok, sometimes Instagram, other places too. And I will be playing Leigh Mackenzie, the Yellow Ranger.
Yes, we love Leia around here. We've loved you since Stone Canyon, and we're excited to have you here. And we'll see tonight if you are the one granted the power weapon that will become available in the things that are going to happen. Another fabulous Stone Canyon Ranger, of course, is Alex, who is played by Eric from Norse Foundry, who makes everybody's favorite dice. Hi, Alex!
Hey, how are you? Yeah, I'm Eric. Play Alex, everyone's least favorite Black Ranger, but I'm the only Black Ranger, so I guess I'm by default the most popular one as well.
You have the power weapon right now. You're the only one with the power weapon.
So... You all can worship me later. That's fine.
We are already in position in a cult.
That's true. I used to be the Green Ranger in Stone Canyon. Became the Black Ranger. I'm Eric Norse Foundry, or Eric Norse Foundry on most socials, and I think that's about it.
All right, and we'll move over to our favorite Pink Ranger in the John McDonald Power Ranger universe. Everything comes up pink when you think of John Blair, who plays Felix Boucheron tonight, who will be playing Brick Kerrigan when Season 2, Sentinel Senior Year drops, and Season 3 begins recording in the new year. Hello, John! Welcome!
Hello, Shadows of Nox. Lovely to be here. My name is John Blair. I am your resident Pink Ranger of this fabulous Centurion Ridge crew. You can also find me as the Pink Ranger again in our lovely Power Rangers podcast. Hopefully to have a new season coming soon. And until then, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just surviving out here in these streets.
Yep, until Jules decides that they're going to take their blade blaster and shoot you again and again and again and again.
It was like 2 times that I shot him.
Two
Or
times,
3 or
but we'll
4.
always remember. Speaking of remembering, Jules, everyone's favorite blade blaster aficionado, who may come into contact with a targeting-based power weapon in the future, because there are a couple of those.
Oh no.
Which the universe has as hilariousness. Welcome, So Isabitz does tech for this show and tech for all kinds of things. All of the past episodes of Power Rangers Centurion that are on YouTube are because of Isabitz. Most of the editing of the Power Ranger podcast was because of Isabitz, or all of it, maybe. And so we could not be doing without Isabitz. I'm so glad that she is playing as well. Jules is one of my favorite because Jules Verne is an amazing Blue Ranger name. And I hope everything is going well for you and you're excited to be here.
I am always excited to be here, but I got to, you shoot a teammate like 3 times, and then you're branded for life, and you can never live it down. I tell you, come on now. It was like maybe 3 times.
Yeah,
It's
no, true. It's not. It's yeah. It's not like Felix moves to try to get out of the way, and then you end up hitting them anyways because you roll a 1.
I'm just gonna start dumping all of my points into targeting from now on, so I can rival the Pink Ranger.
Or just don't shoot. Or just don't shoot.
I mean, where's the fun in that?
Gonna have such a good time tonight. Speaking of people that have a great time, Link is here. Hello, Grim. Thank you for taking some time out of your busy schedule, being on Well of the Worlds, Luke's G Variety Fallout, Lucas G Variety Power Rangers, and potentially in the future coming to other realms in the Ranger universe. Welcome to your Wednesday night Ranger fantasy.
Yes. I'm Grim. Yes. Right now we've taken a break for the holidays because some people on my usual Tuesday game have kids and holiday season, etc. So we'll be picking back up in January. I'm excited to be able to play Fallout. I miss playing Lucky. Actually, he's kind of naive, but he's fun, and I'm looking forward to playing Link because I like Link. He's a great guy.
I'm excited. I'm excited for tonight to see how you take to the adventure. I'm also excited to welcome one of my favorite people, people who have watched the one shot for Power Rangers Central Senior Year, the prequel that we did. She plays Cecily Adwell. She does burlesque. And is all over social media doing amazing work in Power Rangerdom and musical theater. It's Lottie LOS. Hello, Lottie. Welcome.
Hi, I'm so excited to be here. I'm Lottie LOS. Thank you for the intro. Aside from doing TTRPGs, I also am a LARP creator, and I'm working right now on Lies and Liability, which is a Regency LARP that's going to be up 2 weekends in April, and tickets are still available if you want to experience your own Austenland fantasy. I'm helping on the team with that, and I'm really excited about it. And I'm really excited to let's see how Vi vibes.
Yeah, we're excited to see how that. So, do you prefer to go by for when the characters meet you, because they will not meet you right away?
Yeah.
Do you prefer to go by Vi or Violetta? Because I know Violetta is the full
name. I think she goes by Vi 99.9% of the time.
All right, that's fair. And we'll see who you meet, because you may not meet all the Rangers or you may meet them all. But we'll figure it out. Now that all the introductions have done, welcome again to Shadows of Nox. Just a gentle reminder, this is a darker content channel. There's a focus on horror and sci-fi, so the themes are going to get a little kind of strange and absurd and dark, and there may be more harrowing experiences. There may be more... I don't know if Twitch has a limit, so please do limit your cursing, but feel free to curse slightly if the situation arises. And I'm very excited to share this with all of you. I can't remember if we have another intro or not, so I am going to continue talking until I'm told not to.
I feel like that's a personal attack, John.
No, it's not a personal attack.
Don't listen to
But you were-
him. When
No, it's
I ran
pointed
10
at me.
candles, when I ran 10 candles and I was talking about swearing, John was the first one to drop an F-bomb out of spite.
Yeah, but I was also the first one to die because no one was willing to do anything that would risk their character. So I had to sacrifice myself, and it was beautiful.
Uh,
I was the second to die during 10 candles, and I should have realized that that's the perfect game for the GM to twist my words.
It's true. So do we have? I can't remember if because it's been. I have brain like Swiss cheese sometimes, but do we have an intro screen, or are we going right into the session? Okay.
She
I
said
have
no.
cast credits to roll, so we will be
All
right
right.
back.
Then let's roll some cast credits. Huzzah! All right,
Wow.
welcome back, everyone. Yes, wow, definitely. Don't worry about that content warning. What content warning? You know,
The content warning was
everything's
talking
fine.
about basements, and I was like, wow, I didn't realize
be
that
a
people have a
werewolf.
fear of basements.
Some people have a fear of basements. I mean, I did die in a basement in a 10 Candles game, but that is a very valid fear. The other fear is if you're not a morning person, 8 a.m., and that fear is very valid this morning because at 8 a.m., everybody's phone gets a text message, and regardless of whether or not you have a ringtone on, you get a little ringtone notification. This is a text from the Centurion Ridge Arts Department. Greetings! It's time once again for our first auditions of the season. Don't miss out on your chance to meet our newest director/patron and see what's in store at the Centurion Ridge Opera House. Auditions begin promptly at 9:45 a.m. If you have a gladiator outfit of your own, you are encouraged to wear it. See you there. It's a long-winded text, but everybody in the city receives this text at 8 a.m. So is that bringing anyone out of their sleep?
I have one question before I answer that.
Great,
Is this
please.
a normal thing to happen in the town when some kind of new event is happening? The entire town gets text messages.
stupid. If it
From
is.
the arts department, yes.
Okay, so Link is going to look at that text message, throw his phone over his shoulder while still laying in bed. It's going to land right about his feet, and then he's going to go back to sleep.
Fabulous. But in that clattering, anyone that was awoken by their text message then also hears the clatter of Link throwing their phone.
Felix is already in the pawn shop, like clothing area of the pawn shop, and is rummaging through, trying to find some gladiator-esque items to put on and create the facade of a person that is that.
Ernie looks at you with a little bit of amusement and goes, "So, Felix, you a fan of musical theater and opera?"
Ernie, I'm a fan of being on stage, okay? I need people to see me, to hear me, to know I exist. If this is a chance for me to get in front of people, I'm going to take it. So, what do you think? Should I do the armor and the skirt? No skirt? Just the armor? Pants?
Well, they have a new. I don't know who the new director is this year. I would say I would go with pants, probably. Also because I don't think we don't have a skirt in the costume box. We don't have a lot of costume stuff right now yet. This part of the year. Yeah, it's funny because Freddy is like the opposite of you too, because he thinks this whole thing is like a waste of time. Every year he gets the text message and he like throws his phone across the room. I'm kind of I think it's kind of funny. You're like exact opposite. It's great.
Well, Freddie knows how to fix cars and things like that, which is not. Everyone has their own lane in life, okay? And I am not
Well, see,
subjected to the
I
same
would
sort
say,
of
yeah,
life path that Freddie is.
I would say fixing cars is a generous way to describe what Freddy does. Um, I will not disagree with you until otherwise needed. Uh, yeah, but
I'm
there's
going to continue rummaging until I find something that is.
uh,
Um,
by the way, as you are rummaging, there are like some people that have started to go by the window that are wearing Centurion and Spartan like outfits. Like there's just like every now and then you'll see like a little hat with the fuzzy top on it just kind of bob by the window.
I feel
they're
like
already
nobody would
lining
know that.
up.
I feel like nobody would know that Link's mom probably has a bunch of costume stuff because she's into that kind of thing. It's a good thing
Your
he's
mom
asleep.
might be in auditions. You never know.
I mean, well, no.
Yeah, so Ernie, if you have any questions you want to ask Ernie, you totally can. Obviously, Alex, you haven't been here for very long, so are you surprised to get a text message about some kind of arts thing at 8 in the morning?
He does
8
the
in the
same thing he
morning,
does
Alex.
when, yeah, 8 in the morning. It's bedtime. What are you talking about?
So I guess the question I have for you, you got a power weapon. Did you attempt to contact Alpha? Did you try to figure out anything about your power weapon over the course of the evening?
That's a good question. I didn't even think about it. He probably would have messed around with it a little bit, so there's probably like big slashes in the wall from where he was seeing what it could do, and holes in the ceiling,
Fabulous.
and he probably placed a collar
Hey,
too to
yeah,
Alpha, but
yeah. Uh, so let's have you roll a
uh,
technology roll.
yeah, okay. Would morphing grid technology apply to this
Yes,
specialization?
yes, it would. Yes.
Why is it not doing anything? Oh, there it goes. Oh, hey, I got a 14. What do you know?
You
Roll
got
20
a
doesn't hate me today.
14. Yes. That's good. It's a good foreboding. With the 14, you were able to get in touch with Alpha, and Alpha goes, "Oh, I did not expect power weapons to be in Centurion. That's very interesting. I guess they go wherever Power Ranger teams are. It's a sword, but it's a drill. That's very fun.
If I told you I found it in a sewer, would it surprise you even more? A sewer with a cult.
Well, give me actually, give me an alertness roll.
All right. There you go. Oh,
That's a
2.
2. That's a 2. Um, you don't notice anything else because Alpha is Alpha. But Alpha's like, I'm surprised to learn that. So surprised. I hope everything was okay when you found it, and it wasn't. It looks pretty clean. Um, I've been working on teleportation, so I can't teleport anything big, but I'm using some of the Ridge Racer technology. So if you want to try to upgrade or change anything about your Spiral Saber, to make it more yours or to make it more powerful, we can definitely work on that. the work that you've been done on your Ridge Racer, we were able to accomplish that. So next time you call for your Ridge Racer, you will get your modifications you asked for.
So when you say working on teleportation and nothing big, when you say big, are you talking like house sized? Or are you talking like Felix's ego size? How big are we talking here?
Oh, I was working on teleportation because most rangers traditionally have teleportation, so I was trying to make it so if you needed to come to the command center to meet Zordon, we'd be able to teleport you if we needed to teleport you to safety. But it's not we can't seem to do it at that range for bigger objects than the Ridge Racers. But I'm working on it. But a power weapon shouldn't have any trouble because it's not as big as a Ridge Racer. Your power weapon looks quite ferocious, so it'll do a lot of good.
Yeah, you should see what it does to walls. They're not going to be happy.
Oh, yes. And on that note, unless you have anything else for Alpha, we're gonna let the conversation peter off. Um, Jules, so even if you aren't sharing a wall with Alex of some kind, you definitely like heard something happening, like someone was like attempting home renovation after you got out of the sewer. Have you had time to think about Freddy or your laptop or the Ivan News newspaper currently still in your room? Like, are any of the thoughts swirling in your head?
Not at 8 o'clock in the morning. My thought at 8 o'clock in the morning was, didn't I already have a conversation with somebody about doing home improvement projects at 8 o'clock in the damn morning before I've had coffee?
Yes. Luckily it was just a text message that got you up at 8 in the morning, so that is good to know.
Um,
Um,
what time did we get back from the sewers and all of that? Was it really late? I don't remember.
It wasn't too late. I'm going to say it was like 7:38 because you were out pretty early. But once
Okay.
you were in the sewer, sewer time is different than normal
It's
time,
different time.
more or less.
Time.
Sewer time is different than normal time.
Just ask the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You know what I mean?
Fair
You got to
enough.
tell it a half hour before it's supposed to be there. So
I would have, because before we left, I got that computer, that really heavy old computer from
Yeah.
Ernie.
It took like 9 hours to finish all of its updates.
Yeah.
So it took some time. It's beefy. You could actually probably bludgeon Ivanus with the computer that you now have.
That's actually a
Idea.
great idea since you fried my laptop, jerk. So if I started it in the morning before we left, the updates would have been at least almost done by the time we got home. Maybe?
Yes.
Okay. Then I would have probably stayed up late setting the computer up to the best of my ability, with how old it is. And then I would have crashed, which is probably why I'm so grumpy this morning to get a text message at 8 o'clock.
Yes, it's true. Leia, are you grumpy? Are you excited about the idea of opera, musical theater, and Centurion Ridge? 8 a.m. is pretty early, but like your roommate's kind of up there in years, so maybe she's up early anyways.
The answer to your question is yes. So she also hasn't really been around that long, so she's not aware of this whole like stupid like she looks at her phone and she's like, "What? I swear I had my ringtone off." And she looks and she sees that it's off and she's like, "It's not it's not a freaking Amber Alert, okay? It's not that important." She'll walk away.
If you actually go into your phone, there's actually like a Centurion Ridge alert tone option that you're gonna find. That you cannot undo because it's attached to the emergency alert system. So like there's no option to not have that.
This is not an emergency. But it does make her annoyed enough that she's not going to be able to go back to sleep, so she gets up and goes to get coffee with Evelyn.
Also, as you're going to get coffee with Evelyn, you start hearing like someone walking down your street singing Pirates of Penzance
I'm
and
so
like
sorry.
warming up their vocal cord at Pirates of Penzance at like 8:15, 8:30 in the morning.
She's gonna walk to the door, open it up, and say, listen, it's too early in the morning to climb over Rocky Mountain. Shut up! And she'll slam the door and go back inside. And only GNS people will know what I meant by that. But
all of you Rangers are just morning people. That's what it is. You're all morning people.
She is excited about it. It's just such a it's just not her favorite way to wake up.
That is fair. As time goes on, you don't have to be there until 9:45, and you get the text message at 8 for the 9:45 call.
No,
and the reason why will become apparent in a moment. The other question I have, Felix, if you're going to these auditions, do you need to warm up your voice? And if so, will you be doing it indoors or outdoors?
Who says my voice isn't already warmed up?
Okay, if you're doing the John Barrowman route, that's perfectly fine. Because he doesn't. Apparently, when he was younger, he didn't vocalize out of his own brain, which good for him. So yeah, you end up finding some kind of Spartan-looking gear. It is very like Spirit Halloween, so it's not authentic, and there aren't really any weapons. Ernie does offer the use of like a shop broom if you want to take a weapon with you, but he also says there'll probably be weapons there. Because there's an emphasis. Let me see if there's. He says sometimes there's an emphasis on stage fighting and stagecraft, so if there is that, there'll be weapons at the Opera House during auditions. So he offers you a broom, but you don't have to take it.
I will opt not to take it.
All right. As you see more Centurion Spartan people dressed up as gladiators walking down the street, most of them don't have weapons either. You get a couple people doing Gilbert and Sullivan, and then you hear like these two voices that just kind of are stopping outside the pawn shop, like having a fight about Mozart. You think they are fighting about composers at like now it's about 8:45 in the morning. Because it took some time to get the costumes. So, like, now there's just, like, an out-and-out argument about Mozart happening right outside the pawn shop.
Go ahead.
Since I have my costume all ready to go, I will be on my way to wherever it is I'm going to be auditioning at.
Yeah. So. You're just going to follow the rest of the Centurions. It's very evident where you need to go. It starts to look a little bit like Comic-Con, if you've ever been to a Comic-Con or like are envisioning Comic-Con. It starts to look like that at a certain point. Just everybody is wearing the same type of costume. It's like Comic-Con, but everybody is Batman, kind of thing.
I mean, so like Comic-Con then?
Yes, just like Comic-Con.
The same thing. Is there any information as to what opera they're doing?
There is a second website link that comes out. It's called a quote-unquote mega production of Mozart's La Clemenza di Tito. There's an emphasis that you can get class credits. There's also an emphasis there is a small stipend for actors. A little note is added, battle experience is required.
Oh, we're not perfect for this or anything. It's fine.
There's a little parentheses that says stage or sport. Okay.
So Leah just kind of has her book around, and she just kind of has Por Diamor just chilling, waiting for her to sing. So that's what she's gonna bring.
That's great. The Gilbert and Sullivan argument has moved on from your house after you yelled at them. They don't anticipate that you'll be auditioning, so they will be surprised to see you there if they see you.
With non-Gilbert and Sullivan, because I'm not an idiot. I don't walk into a Mozart audition for GNS. Or the opposite, for
One
that
thing
matter.
you will note, it does not say who the director of this production is. The little
I have a
page
feeling
that you
it's
see,
freaking Ivan.
you never know, but the page has a space where it would say who the director was. Like it has director with like two little colon dots, but where that is, it's like blank.
Just assuming it's Ivan News at this point.
You can assume anything that you wish.
She's gonna take her
So
morpher with her though. It's coming with her just in case.
that's fair. You should have your morpher. It looks like a watch. You should have it with
Yeah,
you at all times.
absolutely.
You never know. So for all the people at the pawn shop who are not Felix, there is now a Mozart-themed argument happening outside some of your windows. So if you were trying to get back to sleep, you didn't succeed.
Good luck.
Well, Link managed to fall asleep right away. By 8:30, he got a series of texts from his mom telling him he needs to get up, get showered, and meet her at the theater. So by the time Felix is walking out the door, Link is coming downstairs after having showered, grabs a cup of coffee, and drags himself out the front door.
Are you
as you're-
coming to the audition thing?
Yes.
I wouldn't really have pegged you for a performer. How
Link is going to
interesting.
show him his phone that has like 30 text messages from his mom that are unread.
Oh. Well, I guess there's that.
Freddy's head pops up from the other side of the van and goes, "Oh, really? You guys are going to that? Jesus."
I don't have a choice.
I mean,
Freddie, I don't need any of your
opera-
heteronormative sass, okay? Why don't you go back to not fixing any cars?
Wow,
That's
harsh, man.
I know, right?
I mean, go enjoy your music for old dead white guys, I guess. And then Freddy's head just kind of lowers back down, and you hear like the sound of metal scraping against metal. You hurt Freddy's feelings. I can't take away his
Well, if he doesn't have any
story, but
appreciation for the arts, then I don't have any appreciation for him in this moment.
I mean, he did
That's
listen
fair.
to Queen.
it's true.
I
But he's
suppose
not
this
singing
one.
Queen now. All right, so Jules, there was a fight about Mozart. Then there's the sound of metal. And apparently everybody is getting up and going places instead of letting you sleep in. Like, first your laptop gets burned, and you're not going to get to go back to the historical society. Like, no one's letting you rest today.
These people, I swear. If somebody does not let me go back to sleep, I will not be responsible for my actions. She is gonna very grumpily get up, like almost temper tantrum, like throwing the sheets to the side. And what is going on? Why? Where? It's 8 o'clock in the morning. Where are people going? I haven't even had coffee yet. People are leaving, and people are arguing about Mozart. What is going? What's going on?
Alex, you're the only one
Bach is
still in the
better.
apartment, so I don't know if you can hear that or not.
I'm going to open up the window and go, Bach is better, and just shut the window. And
Jules, all you hear is Bach is better, and that definitely sounds like Alex's voice, and that doesn't help.
At least there's one other sane person in this entire building.
And then I'm gonna come down the steps with a sheet over one shoulder and go, it's a toga party, right? That's what this is? No?
Yes.
Are you
Alright.
knocking on Jules's door and asking?
No, I'm going down into like the kitchen area and where everybody's.
Okay.
So it's like a toga party, or
so Ernie looks at you and goes, "Yes, that's exactly what it is. It's a toga party. Please go to this operatic audition in a toga."
what's with all the nerd stuff outside? Like wearing.
Oh, it's like gladiator themed. I guess there's some. If you look in the website, there's like some combat stuff that they
No.
prefer. So people are getting real into it. It's up to you. Just don't talk to Freddy about it. He's apparently not into it this year. I don't know what's wrong with him.
Well, it's really not his thing. I mean, he's over there breaking cars.
I mean, it used to be his thing. Like first year I knew him, when I met him at the junkyard, he was picking stuff up to work in the lighting system at the Opera House. But that was before the renovation, so who knows? Maybe he's just grumpy about it.
Will they boot him off?
He won't tell me, actually. So maybe, I mean, he does like to fix things, so who knows?
Wait, Ernie, who knows everything, doesn't know something?
Ernie may or may not know something, and may or may not be telling you the whole truth.
I cannot work out in my brain the idea of Ernie lying to us. That's just not.
Well, Angel Grove Ernie and Centurion Ridge Ernie are cousins, so they're not the same. One of them wears a polo shirt, one of them wears a Hawaiian shirt. They're different
That's
Ernies.
fair. That's fair. I just imagine, like, when Alex yells out the door, like, Buck is better. You just hear one of them go, Buck never wrote any operas, douchebag. And they, like, run away.
Fabulous.
What I don't say is
will
I meant
say-
Sebastian Bach, but
Oh, I love that. I will say, as you are leaving, Alex, this presents you a unique opportunity, Jules. I know you're feeling kind of grumpy, but unless you told the other Rangers, only you and Leia know that you were being watched by Freddy. And he ran off before you got a chance to talk to him.
He did, the little rat.
It's true.
Yeah, I
not really
didn't
the
mention
monkey
it to
tail.
anybody, and if everybody else is leaving and Freddie is still here, she will absolutely take advantage of that to go talk to him.
Yes. Let's do the rest of the episode and then come back to that.
Okay.
Because you're not gonna see Freddy, so we can do that kind of like at the end of the episode, maybe as like a little bonus.
Okay.
If we need to for time. Because as all of you approach, I assume, Jules, you're going to be going to the auditions as well, or are you staying behind?
Yeah, I'll go to the auditions.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you're from, like, your name is Jules Verne, so like you appreciate the aesthetic, and you actually do know quite a bit about the renovation of the Opera House, because it was kind of one of those like the Australian Opera House where they remodeled it essentially so they could do the big version of the ring cycle. It has a little bit of a feel of that. Like they made it, like they really remodeled it. So even if you just see what it looks like with the remodel, it's definitely worth it to see how it's holding up.
Well, I mean,
And
she did like children's theater when she was younger because her parents thought that she was becoming too antisocial because she was always reading and not participating with other children. So that was their response to that was, here, go do theater. So she'll go and she'll watch everybody else, but she probably won't audition.
Yeah. So it's a very interestingly festive atmosphere. As you're walking along, it's hard not to be swept up in, like, people are like legitimately like talking about musical stores, talking about their audition piece. People are like in costume and invested. Like there's a lot of like weird joy about this from the people of Centurion Ridge. And it's hard not to get swept up into it. And I need from I need a D6 roll from you.
Will do. Sorry, I accidentally
we're
rolled
gonna
it twice. I got a 5.
No. You got a 5. So I'm going to explain a little bit about the Centurion Ridge Opera House and why things happen the way that they do. So the Centurion Ridge Opera House is a huge, beautifully constructed complex with tiled balustrades. On the opera building itself, there's gargoyles and waterspouts. Next door, there's a feature that is an outdoor glass garden, but it's more like plexiglass instead of like really fragile glass. Still beautiful, though. There are benches littered amongst the glass garden and kind of the outdoor area for people to sit, sculptures to look at. Obviously, there are a whole bunch of people right now. The audition line kind of doesn't quite wrap around the building, but people are congregating and like there's someone trying to hand out stuff on clipboards. It's a little bit of a madhouse, which is why Jules, even though you're last to arrive, you actually bump in to Violetta, who's kind of you were near the glass garden trying to get to the clipboard, and you got kind of shoved around a little bit. So you actually bump into Jules, like you both collide a little bit.
Jules will immediately. Oh, I'm so sorry. Are you okay? I didn't mean to bump into you.
Sorry, I guess I'm a little in my head right now. Just things in my brain, and it's a little hard. I didn't even see you there. Absolutely went right over my head. Sorry about that.
No worries. Don't even worry about it. I wasn't paying attention to where I was going. Are you here? Are you auditioning, or are you just
Yeah.
watching? Oh,
Oh yeah. I love opera. I love the arts in general, and I think it's going to be a really out of this world production. So anything really to kind of make things more fun around here, I guess. I don't know if fun's the right word, but you understand, right?
I do. Are you from here? I don't.
Oh
No.
yeah, totally. I've been here my whole life. I actually really love this building a lot. So honestly, it'd be kind of a pipe dream to be able to perform on the stage.
Oh. Well, break a leg with your audition. Um, I hope you do well.
Cheers. And she has a cup of throat coat tea in a mug, and she sips it really loud.
As you two are talking, Jules, out of the corner of your eye, you see Link on the other side of the mezzanine. But you can't quite get because you hear this voice. Like everybody that's in the mezzanine trying to get into the building, trying to get to the auditions, hears this voice cut through and goes, "All right, everyone, we're going to take you down to the practice rooms in groups of 50, and we're going to do auditions that way because there's a million of you, all right? And you're going to get a pep talk from the new director, okay? So everybody's going to take a clipboard and you're going to fill out your information and we're going to do auditions and we're going to do it in orderly fashion. Everybody understand? Hoorah! And then this dude bro with glasses starts handing it's just it's chucking clipboards. And it's actually more chaotic. But everyone that is at the audition, whether you intended to audition or not, I need you to roll me a d4.
Oh.
So let's see. What do we got? So, all right.
Vi and I
So
both rolled a 1.
Link and I
you
both rolled
did.
a
I
4.
just. All right. Two, two, two. Two, two, two. Alex got a 3. And Leia got a 2. All right. Fabulous. All right. So there is some chaos, which is a little weird for those of you that have done this in the past. It's normally very organized, like they do the whole American Idol making of the Dallas Cowboy cheerleader thing where they've got stanchions and they do staggered audition times. This is nuts. If you are a complaint to the manager type, this is not this is just not the way this should go. But groups of 50 are being taken in and taken downstairs, so you don't even get to see the main stage as you get in. And I have put this into 4 separate rooms where you're going to audition, so everybody got into a different room, more or less, except for people that will be paired together. So, As you were led down the stairs, you see people in polo shirts with like whistles around their neck. They have like a very gym coach dude bro vibe. Even like this is not the type of people you would expect to be doing auditions. You don't even need Ranger senses to know that something is like weird and off. And so now, Leah, it starts to make sense why the director name wasn't in this website. Like something new has happened, and who knows what's going to come of it. But we're going to start in room 1. And Vi, you actually are kind of the last person to go into room 1. I want you to give me an alertness roll.
Let's do it. Oh, I accidentally hit snag. I don't know why it did that. Sorry.
If you didn't put any points into it, it rolls it with a snag
Oh.
automatically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm just dumb.
All right.
I got a 4.
Nope, that's fine. It's a chaotic thing, so by the time you're in the room, it's like, oh, noticing anything. But you're in a room with a whole bunch of people that are like super dressed up, and then you kind of end up near Felix, who is kind of dressed up, but it's a little more obviously costumey. So Felix, are you like talking to anyone? Are you warming up? Are you just trying to get a sense of what's going on?
Oh, this is so annoying. Everyone looks so good, and I'm in this drab Party City costume that Ernie had. They're not going to recognize my talent if I look like this.
I don't think it looks as bad as you think. She was like, it's definitely memorable. There's that.
Memorable? I can't tell if that was a compliment, but I'll take it as one. What's your name?
Vi. Hi. Nice to meet
Nice
you.
to meet you. My name is Felix. Lovely to meet you as well. So tell me, are you a performer? Do you sing? What's your deal, Vi? What are your vibes?
My vibes. Well, I do sing. I'm hoping that I could get a chance to be in the show. I love the entirety of this specific opera. I love this building, and it's kind of a little bit of a dream of mine, but I'm trying not to like put a lot of weight on it because then you tend to freak out and things go wrong. So I'm just keeping it free and nice and easy.
Those seem like some pretty good vibes, Vi.
Yeah. Thanks.
So do you have any idea like I don't really know what's going on here. Do you know do you know anything about like who's putting this show on or the director or anything or what's happening here? You seem to know a lot since you know about the building and stuff.
Well, it's definitely different, and it's definitely like different energy, different people. So I'm trying not to judge it super harshly because I don't know if they're as organized as people who've run stuff like this in the past, and I don't know if that really. I mean, it does kind of attest to what they might be capable of when it comes to a production setting. But I'm also just trying to be positive. They could just be a little frazzled because who isn't frazzled at 8:54 in the morning, right?
Right. I'm getting a sense that you are also noticing the weirdness that's happening around here. So, just maybe we should just keep our eye out.
Right. But I also know that in some productions they have scouts set out in rooms to judge people's personalities to see if the production staff would want to work with them. And I am hoping that you're not one of them, and you're not hearing me potentially badmouth the production.
If there were things to badmouth, I'd be doing them right with you. Trust me. I just don't know any that like I'm just not familiar with what's happening right now. So I can't. I don't know what's different from other sort of things that have gone on here before.
Felix, give me an alertness roll.
Five.
5. You also don't have enough information. As you two were talking, another person with one of those gym whistles out loud in this room of 50 people. In this practice room, it carries and it hurts like a little bit. You don't take any damage by any stretch, but like you can't not have heard that whistle. It gets everybody's attention, and the person that has used the whistle looks like they played like football about 25 years ago. They're still a little bit in shape, but they have this like presence of like military or coach. They look a little bit like a Doberman, if you're perfectly honest with yourself. And he kind of has the voice to match Doberman. He says, "Welcome, welcome. I am Coach Gristle. I am the director of this opera this year. My motto is art may not be easy and art may be subjective, but there's no reason why you can't just do it for the thrill of the win. Who are my good Roman soldiers?" I said, "Who are my good Roman soldiers?" And he just like stops and he waits. And a couple of people in the crowd go, "Hoorah!" And he goes, "That's what I'm talking about. All right, everybody have a good audition." He checks his clipboard. This is the hand-to-hand room. If you are not good with hand-to-hand combat, you're probably not going to do good in this room, but that's what this room is for, and that's what you are being tested on today in your audition. So good luck, everyone, and maybe I'll see you up on stage if you do really well. And with that, he does leave again. Give me another alertness roll. Actually, give me a culture roll, Felix. By the way, each of you in each of the rooms is going to get their own version of that speech, explaining to you what the room is, but I'm not doing that speech 4 times. So just envision you're getting that speech. So you got
Felix got a 14.
Yes. So as Coach Gristle exits the room, someone takes their place near the door, and it's like a bouncer stance, and other people are like talking amongst themselves, they're not noticing, but like they don't want you leaving this room. Like, that's a bouncer designed to keep you where you are.
Well, I haven't been to that many auditions, but I do know that they usually don't make us fight each other. That seems a little fishy.
All right. No, go ahead. Yeah.
I was just going to say, I mean, I knew that there was going to be fighting, but I wasn't like super prepared to like knock down, drag out style in order to get to the singing part.
You are actually, so you two are not going to be paired up with each other, but there is this weird thing that happens that like a couple of people that kind of look like Coach Gristle's assistants do start squaring people off in like rows of 10. So you actually do end up pairing with someone, and I'm going to have Vi and Felix. I need you to give me or finesse for your hand-to-hand combat roll to see how well you do in this room. Might or finesse.
$15.
15. How are we doing on your might roll or your finesse roll? There it is.
Sorry, it was not loading.
No, that's perfectly fine. You got a 9 off of that. All right. So, Felix, you do really well.
Well, I've had some experience fights in self-defense.
Yeah, but specifically, you do well because the way these auditions are going have thrown off so many people that were expecting a performance opera audition that most of the people in this room weren't actually prepared to do combat. Like the presence of the coach. This is a weird, like something really weird is happening here, and it's really hard to figure out what it is. You just know this is not right. Um, and Vi, you do okay, but you're like in the middle group, so they don't. There's a couple people that actually start crying. They do so bad, but they wanted to be in this opera, and they get kind of escorted to like an area in the back. But the rest of you, including you, Vi, are told, okay, you can go upstairs and you can watch the rest of the auditions. We're not going to be using you for Mozart this year. And as you yes, please take a moment to process that.
Well, I guess that's good that I didn't get my hopes up.
You're being led. As you are being led, do you want to continue being led, or do you want to take a chance?
I think I'm gonna take a chance. Take a chance. Take a chance. Take a chance.
That's fair. We're going to see what you take a chance on when we get back from our 10-minute break. I want to give everyone a chance to center into their new reality of these athletic hand-to-hand combat Mozart auditions. And we'll see you in 10 for more here on our new home, the Shadows of Nox Network with Power Rangers Centurion. All right, so welcome back, everyone, to the Opera House, where there are definitely no phantoms hanging about. So, Vi, things are weird. This is not how these auditions go. Something is happening, and now you are no longer. They didn't even let you sing. Like, you don't know what's going on, but it's not. It's not 5x5, as Faith would say in Buffy. I need you to give me a role of some kind. What kind of role would you like to give me?
Can I
You
do
can
a performance
either
role?
do a performance role. Please give me a performance role to try to talk to one of the sunglass poloed people that are here. How did you do?
And I got a 16.
That's a 16. You approach Devin. Devin with 2 V's. And Devin is like, look, I'm not supposed to let you go to the bathroom, okay? But you look like you gotta go. So, don't tell anyone I did this, but you can go down the hall, alright? Just like, hurry up, okay? You're a good kid. They're like chewing gum and they're like not even looking at you. Uh,
I mean, an in's an in. So she's gonna take that to go try to get into another group. See what's going on.
so
That seems like a
you
good way to do it.
So I'm going to give you a choice. You do go down the hallway. You don't find the bathroom. You do find an open door that's not quite propped open, but it's just like open a little bit. You smell this kind of floral smell. But you also see a door to an audition room that looks like you could slip in. You have a choice to make.
I want to slip into that audition room.
All right. Choice has been made. You slip into the audition room just as you actually slip into audition room 3. So you actually slip into the room, and Alex, you notice Vi slipping into the room. And you can hear like someone shouting down another end of the hallway, and you're just like, Is this what these auditions are like, man? This is why this is not rock and roll. Musical theater's weird, right?
Well, I mean, he's standing there with the toga on over his tank top and jeans with his leather jacket over it. So he's definitely, not.
You are the only one wearing a toga. Vi, the only person in this room wearing a toga, has noticed you enter this room.
Was told it was a toga party.
Right. Vi is like trying to not be noticed right now. But I'm seeing her with like tons of curly, like dark hair. So she does kind of have a little bit of a presence because her hair's just like bigger than the rest of her. And she's like, oh, I thought this was my audition room. And she's like playing it off like, oh, I might as well just stay here. We didn't get very far in the other room, so I probably will get lost, which is a lie because she knows the building. So she's just gonna be like, nice outfit. You look very in character. Is that?
I was told it was a party. This is not a party. This is lame.
This is absolutely not a party. This is an audition for a pretty intense production. So it is a little
Does it have pyros?
Interesting. There might be,
and like
honestly.
And the mosh pit.
No.
I'm definitely wrong.
It's an opera. I would say so because this is for an opera. Do you know anything about opera?
I know a lot about music.
Okay, well, opera is like the purest form of vocal expression, so I'm sure you can appreciate that.
Sure.
And
As long as it's in English.
Most of the time it's not. Well, I mean, there's definitely some, especially modern opera, but there's a lot that's not. And you know what? Sometimes it's great to appreciate things in other languages. It really expands your mind, and then you start to see things differently. That's what I've learned in my time listening to lots of opera.
Yeah, I got friends who expand their minds that way, but not the same way.
Right.
As this conversation is going on in room 2, Leia, you get the same opening speech from Coach Gristle, only you're in a vocal room. You're in a musical vocal room. So I need you to roll performance or persuasion.
Okay. And decide which one I have. That is, they're the same. But it is also performing arts, so.
It is a performing arts challenge, just like America's Next Top Model.
Can I do an edge to do pretty well?
No.
What?
For a reason. There is a particular reason.
Okay, fine.
I promise.
19.
19. You blow it out of the water. You and Felix will be reunited. You are led towards somewhere with a couple of the other people that do really well. There are a couple of people that are really, really sad that don't do well at all. They're led behind a curtain in a different direction altogether.
No.
And then the main bulk of the room end up having to file out together, the same way that happened in room 1. In room 3, with Alex and now Vi, and by the way, when Coach Gristle comes in, he gives the same speech, Vi, like almost word for word, except apparently now you're in the room with spears, and so like there's like a person handing out spears, and I need both. I know, just this is the room you went to. I need an acrobatics, brawn, or might roll from both
brawn.
Alex and Vi. for your spear-based fighting roll.
Why do you hate the podcast cast so much?
Yeah.
This is how rolling happens. Okay, that's a 17. You do
She
Yeah.
really
should have gone to the
well.
flower room.
This is the most meta thing that's ever happened to me in a game ever. I'm not gonna lie. Like the whole thing.
Alex, that 14, you do pretty well with the spear, but you almost overcorrect because it's too light in your hands. And so you're just on the ledge. And so you don't get taken away with Vi to like the winner's audition circle, but you're going to be allowed to watch from the audience.
Okay, that was less than ideal, but at least I made the cut, and I'm gonna give a little
Yeah.
like. Pew, pew, pew,
We'll see how you feel. All right, room 4. You are in, and this is all Coach Crystal says. You're in the knife room, and you're doing like a West Side Story knife fight thing. So I need infiltration or intimidation for your knife throwing exercise because you're not actually supposed to like try to hit your opponent. So Link and Jules, please give me that roll with much amusement.
I want Jules to fail.
Why
so
could I
that
not
you
have been in room 1? I would have done so great.
That's look,
only
it's
way
how
you
the
failed
dice
is you hitting
rolled.
with your
You
knife.
had a 1 in 4 chance of being in any of the other rooms.
Can I talk you into letting me roll finesse instead?
No, for a reason.
reasons.
There are always reasons.
I'm waiting to see what Link gets before I roll.
Mine are both the same, so I'm just deciding which one I want to roll.
I'm rolling
It's okay.
infiltration,
It's
if
just-
that makes any difference.
Knives. It's just knives in this weird combat themed.
Of course.
Oh, that's a
Kidding me?
hate
seven.
roll
Can I
20.
use a story point for that?
You can use the story
Oh
point.
my god!
You have
oh
one
my
just for
god.
being in the episode. Yeah.
I am
As you
using a
throw your
story
knife
point.
at.
Damn.
13.
Yeah, I rolled high enough that I can't use a story point, and I was like, I knew it. I knew I wasn't going to be able to use a story point. Link didn't want to succeed anyway, so this is exactly what he wanted.
Well, that's good. Jules, what did you get?
I got a 13.
Got a 13. So, Jules, so you actually are a little afraid of hurting someone because you kind of have been doing some damage to allies with your weaponry a little bit. So
That is unfair.
well, the 13 means you're middle of pack, so you don't succeed. Link, you don't do really well.
Oh, he's not trying. Like,
Yeah.
he, fumbles the knife. It's like, oh no, I can't,
Yeah, so so you don't know this, but everyone else has been over the room. There have been some people that have led behind a curtain instead of going up to watch the rest of auditions. So you go behind the curtain as one of the people that doesn't do very well. And so Link, you're actually taken with all the people that didn't do well. A couple people are still like inconsolably sad about not doing well. And you're led to kind of this like back fence area, and you're told to like just stand here. You're just going to be in the back. You're going to get to see the auditions just from a different viewpoint, so you can be better for next time. And you're just told to kind of stand against this fence. You're not in trouble, but you didn't do very well. And so that is where you are. The winners, quote unquote, winners of the audition.
Can I say something?
Of course.
Do phones work right now? Like, in the area that Link's in?
Give me a technology roll.
Because Link has failed. Oh no! He showed up, so
Yeah.
he's got some stuff he wants to do. This is going to be great. Technology. I have no ranks in technology, so let's see what happens with this snag.
A 9. Your phone should work, but it
Should.
All right,
doesn't seem to be working. But it should work.
that's weird. So he's going to go looking for a signal. And if he can leave the back area, he's just gonna leave. Send his mom a text, be like, "I was unsuccessful. They've let me out. I'm gonna go get a burger."
Give me an infiltration roll. How did you do?
15.
15. I'm going to give you the same choice that I gave Vi. You miss the people on the fence going up. So you're going to miss the rest of the part of this episode. But you have a choice. There's an open audition room. There is a dark door, and there is a smell.
Let's go after the smell. That's
All right.
so gonna catch his attention.
It does catch your attention a little bit. It's like a weird floral smell, but doesn't smell right. Like, it's not what you would envision flowers, but your brain is like, flowers? Question mark? You're not sure. But, so you go to this door and you're looking around to make sure, like, no one's looking at you, and no one seems to be looking for you. It's like this part of the audition stopped and everybody vacated the area. But you open the door and it's very dark. If you were in your ranger form right now, you could illuminate and you'd be okay. Even though there's no battle, you do have illumination. After a few minutes, your eyesight comes to, and A or B?
A.
You notice a piece of blue armor, like from a shoulder piece, on a set of stairs going down into the catacombs of the Centurion Ridge Opera House.
Wait. Does this piece look familiar?
It does look familiar.
All right. Time for me to open up my watch and be like, I think I found our invisible friend.
Your voice echoes back to you. By the way, you just find a shoulder piece, so you don't find anything else attached to it. And even if you try to go lower, it looks like a couple of the steps have fallen through and need repair, so you can't actually get down much farther. But you definitely find a blue piece of shoulder armor.
I'm gonna pick it up.
You pick it up. And while you are picking it up, what happens upstairs is so all the people that were on the fence rise to the back of the stage, to upstage, as they say. A couple of them are still very sad. People in the audience now include Alex and Jules. You see each other, so you can get to each other while people are taking seats if you want to. That's up to you. Felix, Leia, and Vi, you're all in the wings, in separate places in the wings. Felix, you see Leia, and at the same time, Felix, you're given a pith helmet, like a actual gladiatorial helmet. Leia, you're given a pin, And Vi, you're given a helmet. Leia, this pin has a raven on it. Felix, you notice the helmet has like the insignia of a raven on it as well, just on the side.
Color is it?
And it's black.
Okay.
And you hear a whistle ring out again. And I just have to move this. And you hear Coach Gristle, who's up in box 1 that you can see, and he goes, "Assistants, prepare the field. Marks, please, to all winners of their audition room." And there is a big, like, grid tape spike square with X's on it. And the assistants are kind of pushing out, going, "Go, go, go. Go to your marks. Go to your marks for the next part of the audition."
Okay.
Let's do this.
All right.
Do I Vi?
Yeah, you can say hello to Vi if you want to.
I was just wondering if I saw you didn't. You mentioned that I saw. You mentioned that I saw Leia, but you didn't mention if Vi was in the same vicinity as us.
You can see Vi now because you're all kind of being grouped together onto this box.
Oh, look who found their way back to the winner circle.
I don't know what you're talking about. And like she like puts her like finger up to her lips and she's like, I have no idea. I've just been doing the correct things. Absolutely.
Felix is going
right.
to give her like a little cheeky grin, as they say across the pond. Cheeky grin.
All right. So if you're all getting like put into this box, you hear a couple of voices from the assistants and from the coach say, "Nobody move," and it's barked out. It's like an order, "Nobody move." And somebody like in the winner's square like coughs next to you, Vi, and Coach Gristle is minding. I said, "Nobody move," and the lights go out, and there is this rage of purple electricity that moves from the people in the back of the room on the fence, and it arcs all the way to the winner circle. And the only reason that Leia and Felix aren't turned into Tangas is because you're Power Rangers. Vi, I want you to make a choice. A or B?
B.
Just in the nick of time, you get shoved out of the winner's square. Unfortunately, the Tangas don't know the difference. So you've just watched a whole bunch of people auditioning turn into Tangas, and the coach goes, "What? They were all supposed to change!" Tangas, take care of them. I would like everyone but Link and Vi to get... Actually, Vi, you can do initiative, but everyone but Link, please give me an initiative roll.
Let's hope this. Let's hope I don't get a good score on initiative because that'll be rough. No, I got an 18.
That's fabulous.
15. I will be back in just a minute. Continue without me, and I will pop right back in.
I got an 8.
That's perfectly
I
fine.
continue my streak of sucking at initiative rolls.
Well, to be fair,
This is why you like to use follow me.
To be fair,
is.
you're like out in the audience too, so it'll take you a minute to get there. if you decide to get there. Jules is an 8. Yeah, there's no follow me because the Red Ranger is not there.
He
Alex,
left
you
us
got
to get a
3.
burger.
3. I'm probably at the concession stand or looking for the concession stand.
You were, but now you're kind of trapped in a room with a whole bunch of tangas. So that is what happened. Felix, you got
I got a 7.
7 is what I see. Is that everybody? Oh wait, I did mine.
I like to think that as soon as the lightning was starting, Felix somehow intuitively knew to like hip bump Vi so that she'd like stumble out of the way of the lightning and not get turned into a tanga. Also, what the heck?
I know. A weird city. Weird things happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Mm.
Coach Crystal, by the way, does have an initiative in this. Not happy. Coach Crystal is not happy for some reason, but he scored rather low in initiative. So I'm going to let you have the honor of this first initiative, Vi.
Oh, God.
Yeah, whole bunch of weird stuff just happened. For some reason, you were spared this weirdness, but now it's like now there's about to be chaos. Like it's gonna take a second, but like people are gonna start running out of trying to run out of the room. There's gonna be chaos. Just like this is your 6 seconds of what's going on here.
She's like, holy cannoli, this is absolutely wacky, and it looks like my ambition has not served me well on this day.
My ambition does not serve me well on this day.
It's true.
Actually, Felix, give me a culture roll. My ambition has not served me well on this day.
Like that.
I don't like that. It's an 8, but I probably can't re-roll that, huh?
You got a skill of 1. I think I like. Correct me if I'm wrong, Grim. But if you get a 1 on the skill, you can do that with a story point, right? Or do you have to have that special Red Ranger thing to re-roll the 1 on the skill? I can't remember. I'm gonna let you re-roll it. I'm gonna be fun GM, and I'm gonna let you re-roll it.
Re-roll
with the 1 on the skill check.
$15.
As you kind of hip check Vi to move them out of the square, because like your ranger sense wasn't tingling, but things were just weird, and now you were being all like penned into an area. There's just the tiniest spark of lightning coming from Vi, but it's not a color you recognize. It's not one of your 5. It looks kind of lighter, maybe silver, but it's hard to tell because there's so much going on around you. But it was like a spark of color that came off of her. You did see a spark of pink come off of you, so you have to assume your rangerness protected you from whatever weird thing just happened around you. Just to give some context, but Vi, it still is your turn. You could move. You could try to punch. You could sing at them. Whatever you want to do, really.
Yeah, I don't know what's saying. Like maybe, is there like any sort of set pieces hanging down that I'd be able to like jump up and like maybe like kick with or something?
There are some of those like ropes that they would use for ballast that are just kind of hanging out. They'll take your move action to get there, so you can move toward it and then swing in the next combat round if you so wish.
Sure, because then at least like I'm like, because I have no idea what's going on. I'm just like, this is like a move, and I can work with the other people that are here. I don't know what you all are doing, but I'm gonna try something. So that's what I'm gonna try to do.
Fabulous. I love the attitude. It's the Tanga's turn next, and so the Tangas are going to attempt to grapple Felix and Leia because they are closest by. And so I am going to roll for the Tangas. They are going to attempt to grapple you. There it is. All right. And how did they do?
14.
14. So if that meets your toughness, you are grappled.
My lowest of all of the only one it beat. The only one it beat. Because of course.
Shouldn't this be against our evasion? They're trying to grapple me.
Yeah,
I feel like
that
an
absolutely makes
evasion
complete
thing.
sense to me. Yeah.
They're not
Keeping
like
evasion.
punching me.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like, out of the way.
Did that grapple you both? Is that why you're lobbying for that so hard?
Yes.
Felix?
Yeah.
All right. So I will give you an option. You can either roll for evasion or you can give me a culture roll.
A weird.
What could I roll for evasion? Like acrobatics or?
No, it would just be
finesse?
so it would be their roll against your evasion, or choose culture.
Evasion beats it, so I'm just gonna go with that.
Okay.
Yeah, as does mine. But your culture question, you usually like when you give us choices like this. It's usually fun to go
It's
that
up
way.
to you. What do you want to do, Pink Ranger?
I don't trust my rolls. No. This is why I didn't roll.
So, I mean, if you haven't used a story point, this is a good time to use a story point. I'm pretty sure emphatically.
You did.
I just did it.
You did.
I just did it last. Wait. That was before.
You're speaking, and I don't know what you're saying. So.
Oh right, I have to push to talk.
No, you don't.
Well, I put myself on that. Anyway,
when did you use a story point?
I used it for the culture roll earlier, and I believe that was before combat, or because like we did the initiative rolls, and then you asked me to roll culture so that I could see sparks fly off of my butt.
Yes.
And
for
so
different
now,
sparks, but yes. Yeah. So you can reroll that.
did.
You can use a story point if you have a story point. You can use that to reroll that culture roll.
Well, 14. That meets your thing.
It does. So there were a whole bunch of weapons against the back wall, Felix. And one of those weapons does not look like the other. And because you chose...
I knew it. I knew it.
It's not your turn, but when it is your turn, it's your choice to go investigate what's on the back wall if you so wish.
I don't need a power weapon. I don't need one. It's fine.
You never know. I mean, you just never know. All right. Actually, Leia, it is your turn now.
Can I interject before we get to Leia's turn? As for what it says about spending story points, Specifically, the sentence says spend 1 story point to reroll any dice result of a 1.
Yes. Okay.
So
there you go.
it could be any dice that comes up as a 1 can be rerolled.
Fabulous. Thank you.
Go now.
Yeah.
I mean,
what would you like to do?
I'm kidding. I really didn't have any. I was just being snarky. Okay. I would like to move between myself. I would like to move between Vi and whatever Tenga is nearest to them, and shoot them. Wow, I guess I'm not morphed. I can't
You're
shoot
not
yet.
morphed. Yeah, but it's like a swarm, so literally if you just like cock your arm back and punch them, you can just like punch one or kick it if you want to kick.
I would like to kick it. I like kicking things.
It's a might roll either way, because it's technically considered. So yeah, punching or kicking is going to be might roll, and no matter what you do.
Well, certain martial arts moves, like a roundhouse kick, is like a finesse roll according to the rules.
True. That is true. That is true.
If you want to get specific with your kicks, then yeah, we can totally do that. But it's up to you. But I'm going to assume most of your kicks are might rolls, so you can always tell me if otherwise. Otherwise, I'm going to like default to might rolls.
Right. So my brain had it as, I don't know what they're called.
You don't have. Yeah. You don't have a ton of room here, though. So roundhouse kicking might.
No, I wasn't thinking roundhouse kick. I was thinking that like jumpy kicky thing that they do.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what's in my brain is how I kick all the time.
That's fine. Yeah. Jumpy kick.
I was thinking the same thing. Jumpy kicky thing.
I think a jumpy kick is going to be more of a might than a finesse, really.
Oh no!
I feel like a jumpy kick is.
I think that's the new name for that kick. It's the jumpy kicky thingy.
I don't know what it's called. We're not fancy here. It's fine.
We're still going with might though.
Yeah, we're still gonna go with might.
Okay. Kicky jumpy thingy, go. Kicky jumpy thingy, it failed me this time.
That's an 8. It's a small swarm of tangas, so like the kicky jumpy thing, even to jump, it's noble intentions. I will also note for everyone, there is enough chaos that if you do morph, it's not like you may or may not get noticed in the chaos.
Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't want to do that
part of it.
I didn't want to accidentally like reveal. Okay.
Jules, it is your unless there's something else you'd like to do, Leia.
If I'm allowed to morph, I would like to morph.
For me, morphing is a standard action.
Okay.
So
that's fine.
Yeah.
It is actually a standard action according to the rules.
Oh, yeah. That's why it's a standard action for me, because I did that subconsciously, remembering that. All right. So, Jules, it's chaos. There are tangas. Something wacky has definitely happened in this here opera house.
Can't we just have one day of peace at the opera house to enjoy the arts without chaos ensuing?
Give me your alertness roll while you're. Give me your alertness roll while you're. Yes.
Okay. $15. I am somewhat alert today.
You like coffee?
The coach especially is not surprised at what has happened. He still seems to be in the chaos, wanting to bark orders from upstairs in his box.
Well, that seems a little suspicious. Do I want to go beat up the coach, or do I want to go beat up the tangas? Okay, so I am not on stage, right? I am in the audience.
You are in the audience. Whether you chose to sit with Alex or not is up to you, but you are in the audience.
I imagine I probably was making my way over that way because I figured that we could cheer on our I don't know if he considered us his friends, but can cheer on our people, or maybe laugh at everybody else. Accomplices,
Ally.
yeah.
Accomplices.
I consider him a friend because he helped me help my dad, and he got kidnapped in the process. So I consider him a friend. So I figured I was sitting with him for nothing more than maybe we could laugh at everybody else's bad performances and cheer on our people.
Who on stage would have given a bad performance?
I mean, none of you, but everybody else, maybe.
I don't think anybody that was on the stage would have.
Maybe the people that like snuck in to like the actual good people spaces. I don't know, but
Or maybe it's people who think they're good but aren't.
Hey, I
Nobody's trying to tell them yet.
I took a turn that I was not expecting.
I'm on an 18 in performance, dude. Like even in game, I'm good. That sounded really.
The only phantom in this opera house is self.
Okay.
The only phantom is Link because he's apparently not in this part of the opera house.
How many people are around me right now? Would I be able to like duck down in the seats and morph really quick?
You could duck down and morph. People are not looking at you. Again, I cannot like stress this enough. Wacky stuff has happened in Centurion Ridge, but watching like a Dr. Frankenstein-esque electrical current of purple lightning turn actors into tangas, not something people are used to. So there is a bit of a kerfluffle happening, to suffice it to say, in the audience. People would rather be anywhere else.
I would like to duck down and put my code in and, you know, more.
What code would you like to enter?
Hold on, crap. I know the answer to this. I just have to look it up really quick. 216 is the number.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I will punch in 216 and then I will morph.
There is Alex, there's blue energy near your feet as the Blue Ranger transforms. And you are now the Blue Power Ranger. Jules, what would you like to do? Would you like to attempt to friendly fire on Felix, who's on stage currently? Would you like to friendly fire on Alex?
Buddy.
Alex is.
I don't want to hurt anyone. How far away do you think Alex and I were sitting?
You're sitting far enough away that it will be a sprint action. So it will be, I'm going to use your move and you're free. But if you sprint, you can get to like the door. So you'll be able to get up to the next. Because it's not quite rough terrain, but it is a bit chaotic. So it would be a sprint.
This is a terrible idea, but how close is the closest Tanga to me? Is it within shooting distance?
It is within shooting distance, yes! I'm so glad you've asked that question. I would love for you to target a Tanga if you so wish to.
I saw that feeling.
I'm so happy. Oh, it's so much fun.
Oh no, why do you still?
Is this considered a new scene from my audition?
Yes, this is considered a new
Felix
scene
has
from your
disappeared.
audition.
He has. Look at that.
Everything is gonna. I'm a fan.
I'm not that bad anymore. I put points into targeting. It's not that bad.
Oh, that's great. I love that. That's a 15.
I got a 15. See? Oh wait,
you
no, that's
actually.
Alertness. No, that's alertness. Never mind. I got a 20. Felix.
Even better. Felix. No, actually, Leia, there's a bolt of blue light that goes by you as the Tanga next to you falls down in surprise. It did not hit, it just went by.
Okay.
You do notice that as it goes by, it is a copy of a Mozart libretto.
It seemed appropriate.
We're on brand. It seemed appropriate. And one of the Tangas does go down. The coach is definitely not happy about that by any stretch.
I'm not more
practicing.
And practicing.
In my room at night, I've been practicing.
All right.
I feel like
Felix.
Jules is like in her head going, yes!
It's not just in her
Felix.
head.
It
Hey,
is
I didn't
your
get hit.
turn.
Is my turn?
Yes.
Well,
it's your turn, Felix.
I noticed that there were some weapons behind me, and because of all of the people, I don't really feel like morphing just yet. Or maybe I think if I go backstage, I can morph in order to fight these people or these tangas. So I'm going to make my way towards the backstage, and I'm going to notice a spear that is glowing, perhaps.
Well, so here's the thing. You are not morphed. So if you can run back to the wall, and you can either give me an alertness or a culture roll, whichever one you'd like to give, and look at the weapons that you got a ranger tingle from, as it were.
So I have
He's
to
dirty.
morph first.
If you to attempt to use something that is a power weapon, it only works with you being morphed. Oh, am I?
Okay,
I have
you
no idea what he said.
you kind of went super
just happened?
robotronic there for a second. So I'm assuming what you said is I'd have to be morphed in order to feel in order to have the morphing energy of whatever the weapon is.
I thought he
So
said
I'm
you
going
grabbed it
to-
and killed them all.
So I am going to make my way like behind the curtain and punch in 110 and say like it's time to get pink. And
Oh no. You know what your catchphrase needs to be?
what?
On Wednesdays we wear pink. Because we play this on Wednesdays.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Must be a Wednesday. 110.
I
Um,
Love
love
the
that
sound
very
effect, by
much.
the way.
Yes.
always.
All right. So
So now that I'm
there
morphed,
now that you have morphed, yes, there
okay,
are
so is it
a row of
another?
weapons. Yes. So I'm gonna give you some information, then you can decide. There are
Okay,
a row of several spear-like implements alongside the back wall. Maybe this was part of the earlier part of the audition or something like that. There is one that has this weird metal like disc on it. It's like a little grubby and rusted. It looks different than the other ones. It looks like it just got like placed there and nobody paid attention to it. Do you want to attempt to handle said item?
yes, I will. I will grab. I think I'll do it sort of like I'm not gonna really do it. Like I'm not gonna think about which one I grab. I'm just gonna grab one, and it happens to be that one.
That's fair. I want you to give me a finesse roll.
22.
That is a 22. You grab onto the middle of this kind of weird thing, and you hear level 4 power weapon acquired, Pink Ranger. Pink Ranger acquires the Crescent Lance. And the rest falls off of it as the little circle shape, the top part of it falls off. And the top part of it gives this little ping thing, and it looks super sharp. I have a little thing so you can look at it that I am going to share with you. After I put it there, it should appear. Where are you? There you go. Not that one. That one. All right. All right, so now you should see the Centurion Crescent Lance in the characters. It's right above your character, actually. And so it starts to like kind of vibrate shades of pink. Link, you actually hear in your Morpho level 4 power weapon found. And that's the first thing that you've actually been able to hear from your morpher. Something was blocking your signal. It's not anymore, but you're still kind of beneath the. You're still like something weird happened, so now it feels more like a corridor. It's harder for you to find your way. But whatever was blocking the signal is no longer doing it. But yeah, Felix, you have found your power weapon, so you'll be a level 4 ranger at the end of this episode. So you can look at what the Crescent Lance does. Coach Gristle is not happy, and he has the next level. He has the next initiative. So as this kind of happens, and as the Lance staff takes on pink form, there is the sound of growling, angry older man, an older white guy going, "Why isn't this working like it's supposed to? We're all supposed to turn into Tangas, he promised." And there is this sound as Coach Gristle leaps from box 1 down onto the stage, and that purple energy just enrobes him as the Tangas kind of fall back to human. He takes purple energy into himself, and he goes, "It's good enough," as he turns into a literal werewolf on stage. And that's all that he can do. Alex, a lot happened in about 6 seconds.
Yeah, this opera just got a lot better.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm going to try
it's
to
just as good as Tommy the Musical.
Pinball Wizard. I'm going to try to duck out of the way, and I'm going to punch in 309 and look at Jules and go, "It's time to rock it."
Fabulous. So you have transformed into the Black Ranger. You can still move. You have a free action as well. There is a werewolf now on stage, apparently, which is something to think about later, potentially.
Yeah, so I am going to draw my handy dandy drill and move towards the stage, trying to get
All
people
right.
to leave the.
People are definitely attempting to leave. If anything, it's rough terrain, so it's going to take you longer to get there. Because people are not feeling the scene now. Where before it was a calm audition, now bad things have happened. And now that we are at the end of that first combat round, do we want to take 5? Does anyone need 5? Or do you want to go through combat? Because now we're technically at 2 hours.
I say keep going.
I'm good to
Okay.
go.
All right, yeah, let's get through combat here. So, Vi, there were a whole bunch of people transformed into birds, and now there is a werewolf. And there are just kind of now people that are just laying about the stage where the birds were. So that's fun.
Vi.
Vi?
Video. I was like trying to hit it and it was like not letting me. Okay, well, this is terrifying, and I might be in over my head. I'm gonna be right there with that. I'm trying to figure out if there's like anything I could like shove to make like some kind of barrier at least to kind of
You also
defend
have the
myself.
option of you can defend yourself. You can help the people that have fallen because they are fellow auditioning
Okay.
actors. You may have seen a few of them before. So you
Okay.
don't
I'm
always
gonna try
have
to
to
get
as a yeah.
I'm gonna try to get some people out of the way if I can. Like I was gonna try to do like a punch thing, but then I saw like Power Rangers show up, and I was like, "Oh, this is bigger than This is bigger than me kicking people with my chunky heels from Target." Like,
I want you to give me a brawn roll to see how you do in. Let's see how many you get to a little bit of safety with your brawn roll.
I got 11.
You got 11, so you kind of get one person to the wings, but they were a little heftier than you anticipated. But it puts you in a place of safety, gives you better advantage potentially for next combat round to kind of think through your options. It also means that you're not quite in shadows, but the werewolf won't be like looking at you necessarily, which is good. By the way, the werewolf you did just see the coach guy that was yelling at you in two separate rooms turn into a werewolf. That did happen. That is something that you're going to have to consider.
Process. The processing isn't happening because I'm just kind of in shock, and also just like there's a lot happening here right now, and I just wanted to audition for an opera. That's all I was here for.
Just an opera.
Just trying my best. I got up and I did my hair for nothing.
Yeah. Leia, so there's a werewolf. There were Tangas, and then their essence got consumed by the werewolf. So they're people
just
again.
Like every other Wednesday. It's fine.
Which is good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Sure. So she's gonna morph.
Yeah, that's fair. What numbers are you going to morph with?
I love that you asked me that question. That is a fantastic question that I'm sure I have an answer to. The answer is 415. I'm gonna put 415 in my morpher, and
there we go. They are pinned into our general too. If
I was about to go to that, and she saved me. So
I got you.
Yes.
She's gonna punch in 415, and it just kind of make a there's no words at this point. She doesn't have any words. She's just gonna morph. Yeah,
that's fine.
No words, only morphing.
No words, only morphing. That's fine. Would you like to do it? Because morphing is a standard action. So do you want to move? Do you want to do anything?
Am I allowed to shoot with my blast?
No. It's that's a standard action as well. But I just wanted to give you an option in case you had something else you were thinking about doing.
No, if there's any kind of scenery that I can get behind to sort of like give myself a little bit of cover, that might be good.
Not really. It's very out in the open. It looks like it was made out in the open by the design. You would actually expect some scenery or some other spike tape or something, and you're kind of noticing there's no cover.
Yeah,
which
I had
is
this.
Yeah,
it's all coming in. It's all coming into place. All right. Well, then she is going to do sort of what she did before and position herself between now where Vi has taken people and the big bad scary guy. If she can't find a shield, she'll become a shield, I guess.
That's very valiant of you. Very Yellow Ranger of you, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes. Yes, I can hear it in your voice, Jules. So the coach is no longer in box one. Suffice it to say, you've just watched. Apparently, there are werewolves in Centurion Ridge. You've lived here all your life. Is this the first werewolf you've heard of in Centurion Ridge?
It is, and I have a very important question. If
I have a very important answer.
Oh, good. If either the werewolf bites one of us, or if we bite the werewolf, do we get a were ranger?
Oh, no. I love this
There's
so much.
only one way to find out what will happen if you attempt to bite the werewolf. I mean, I know, but I didn't dream that any of you would attempt to do that. I'm certainly not going to stop you. Really?
I kind of want to bite the werewolf now.
I have a chew toy. I don't think it counts if you bite. I don't think
you have enough movement. So if you really want to attempt it, I'm going to stop you.
Movement to get there and bite the werewolf.
I'm going to take. Well, the biting is going to be a free action, really, because it's not really enough to be a standard action.
So what kind of roll would that be to bite a werewolf?
I don't think that's
I'm going to call it animal handling.
Does your helmet have teeth?
I'm going to call it an animal handling roll, and I'm going to say you have to take your helmet off to do it. So if you want to move and do the animal handling roll to see if you can bite the werewolf, I'm not going to stop you.
I don't think that's how it works, though.
I don't have any points in animal handling, so I don't think I want to bite the werewolf, but I am tempted to let the werewolf bite me to see if I get werewolf powers.
I mean, anything is possible in this world. There are werewolves here now, apparently, and apparently they're directing opera, so who knows?
Well, they weren't really. They were pretending.
Do I have enough movement to get to the werewolf?
You do have enough movement to get to the werewolf and do something else, yes.
Okay. I am going to run up to the werewolf.
Rawr!
Rawr.
Where's my werewolf?
Rawr. And I want to try to stab it with the blade of my blade blaster.
Cool. Please give me that finesse roll.
I would love to.
Fabulous.
And I just want you to know that I am not moving, and I am not going to be upset if the werewolf tries to bite me, because I'm very curious.
Oh. Yeah, that's great. Toughness is 15.
Oh, no, I missed completely.
Oh.
I am way too focused. I've read too many, young adult novels about, werewolves and stuff, so no, I'm not focusing on this at all.
This is exactly how you wanted this to go. Felix,
I read a book this, so obviously it has to be true.
Yeah. So, Felix, it's your turn. Have you had a chance to read about the Centurion Crescent Lance that you now are in possession of?
I did get to read a little bit. I want to...
by the way, for the intents and purposes of this game, the important thing for you to know for this particular episode is that you have twice your reach, so you technically don't have to move from where you are in order to attempt to inflict damage on this creature.
Yes, so, that was something I was... Yeah. Okay. 2 times my reach. That's awesome. Okay.
Link, you're gonna be so sad when you come out of the catacombs and the lance is with a different ranger.
Stuff happens.
It's okay. I'm just happy I didn't get the stupid the satellite dish.
Oh God.
Don't worry about it.
I just hope I don't get a targeting weapon because I will never use it. I never plan on putting any ranks in targeting ever. Link is at 0 targeting.
That's going to be so sad for you. So sad.
If I get one, I'm never using my power weapon. Just a forewarning.
Can we swap if he doesn't use his and mine ends up being the stupid satellite?
I was just going to ask that.
You're going to have to ask Alpha. You will have to ask Alpha. Only Alpha knows for sure. So Felix, what would you like to do?
Well, I do want to kind of help get people to safety, but I also have a moon-shaped power weapon, and we're fighting a werewolf. And if
No.
the laws of like super effectiveness have ever taught me anything, it's that I have a super effective weapon against the werewolf.
That's
So
fair.
I think I'm gonna attempt to attack him with my
Yes.
crescent
Effective
lance.
weapon.
I'm going to gesture to Vi and tell her to get out of here and not put herself in danger.
Right. I guess I can do
Uh,
that.
Yes. Give me that finesse roll, please. Good Pink Ranger. That is a
You said he's
16.
17? You said he
He's
has 17?
15, actually.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
So your toughness does hit. More importantly, on the upswing, you actually slash a rope that had like a ballast weight on it. So you actually do some damage, but then you also send a sandbag down on top of the werewolf's head. The werewolf is not happy about either of those things. More importantly, Jules, you hear him say, "It's all going wrong! This is not what I even promised!" And Jules, you're the only one that's close enough to hear him say that.
Oh,
Hey.
I guess I'm not getting werewolf powers now. Stupid Ivan.
Alex, it's your turn.
Already? Wow.
Yeah, all the tangas were transformed into people again that are just kind of half lying there and being taken out as they kind of wake up. Yeah, it's your turn.
I'm going to move up to Coach Scratch a Lot there, and
Yeah.
I am going to introduce him to the business end of my drill. And I don't know.
That's fair. Please use your drill. His toughness is 15.
Oh, good lord. $15.
I mean, that's Link's toughness without armor.
That's higher than my toughness with armor. Oh, that's not me. 17. There you go. Yeah.
You got a 17. There you go. You're doing well. The coach is very taken aback. He kind of staggers and goes, "Oh, what's stupid Power Rangers?"
And since he takes 1 cold damage,
Yes,
something about he's stunned 1.
he
Yeah,
is
stunned
stunned, so
1.
he takes that step back, and then he's like, he's just basically cursing your names for generations to come underneath his breath. But he is stunned. He's not having a very good time. This is not what was promised to him.
I tell him to chill out and sit. Stay.
Fabulous. Oh, he doesn't like that at all. He's going to remember
Heel,
that.
puppy, heel.
Sit, Ubu,
Heel,
sit.
puppy, heel. Vi, we're going back to the top of the round. You get a chance to run out. As you run out, you're going to come across Link, who is finally getting to ascend. Give me a culture roll. Vi.
Let's give it a shot. I got a 9.
You look at Link. Something is happening in the auditorium. What's... Your brain can't quite hold on to what it saw. Like, you want to say something, but the more you're out of the room and the more people that are kind of filtering out, like, words aren't catching on to what you saw. Link, give me a culture roll.
I got a 13.
13. Link, have you been to the Opera House before? You probably have, but like
Yeah.
recently?
Yeah. His mom's big into the arts, so like he's been here a lot. He doesn't like being here because he's forced to. Standard teenage rebellion.
Yeah,
But he's been here a lot.
So there's supposed to be normally in opera houses like this, they're like cute little angelical cherubs and like half naked women with like Rubenesque faces and stuff like that. It's very much like trying to copy a European opera house. Almost all of those cherub faces have like morphed slightly into Ivan Ooze, and Ivan winks at you, Link, as the cherub faces pull back into cherub faces. But as Vi's like trying to like, it looks like Vi's trying to warn you about something. Vi, if you want to attempt to like, but like Vi, your brain is like, you have something you want to say, but you can't. Like, if you left now, you just can't hold it in your head.
Yeah, I'm super confused, but I'm also like, there's something very weird going on here. She's gonna like kind of brace herself against the wall as much as she can while like trying to like motion people toward the exit, but she doesn't really want to like leave because she's kind of like
Yeah, that's fair. Leia, you are next in line. Do you want to try to take the final shot at our werewolf compadre?
Yep. Because I can see what's happening with our sweet but slightly naive Blue Ranger. And she she can see this shit happening. She knows she may not survive the attack to become a fancy special were ranger.
You don't know?
After all, you know what?
You can see what's happening, but you don't think Jules has a clue?
Yes, that's exactly what's going on. And it's I just love you so much. I want to save your ass. So
it happened.
All right, so yeah, I'm going to shoot at the werewolf director.
That's fine. Please go ahead and take your shot.
This isn't like the lions that I thought I could make my friends. This is totally different.
Y'all should take some animal handling. Y'all trying to Dr. Doolittle this town. You're all trying to Dr. Doolittle this town. I gotta tell you what.
Oh my god, it's concerning. Can I
it is very concerning. What was that question?
Can I edge to this?
Yeah, you can edge this. Yes.
Okay. 19 critical success.
19.
Oh, thank God.
You shoot. As you go to shoot, you hear Ivan's voice in your helmet going, "Oh, Rangers, you thought it was so easy. You see, you might be looking for something, but there's something old Ivan needs too. And Ivan doesn't like to work alone either. Don't worry, you'll see your good friend Coach Gristle again soon." And purple lightning descends down as your yellow beam meets it, and there's just this moment where yellow and purple meet, and you hit Coach Gristle, and like they howl in pain as Ivan Ooze kind of crane lifts them out with electricity.
Okay.
By the way, all Rangers heard that except for Link and Vi, but Link you didn't need to hear it because you saw Cherub Ivan, so it's fine. Yeah, but all the Rangers heard that. Vi, you didn't hear it. You are exhausted, just all of a sudden. Like you just feel like you just spent 3 days like doing an Amazing Race audition where you couldn't look at anybody else because you can't look at anybody else when you audition for the Amazing Race. Like you can't look at other people. It's a real fact. But yeah, you just feel like wiped. Like your brain, something happened, and the more you try to hold on to it, the more it falls out of your head. And
Huh.
you just want to be
I'm
anywhere other than at the opera house. Like there was an audition today, right? But it seems like everyone's leaving. Like, did the audition happen?
Yeah, my brain is spaghetti at this point, and I don't know what's going on, but everything's weird. I'm just gonna like kind of melt against the wall a little bit. Like I am just absolutely exhausted.
So let's have this happen because we're now 2.5 hours in the episode. I do want to give a chance to do Isabits and Freddy. So we're going to fast forward just a little bit. So Pink Ranger, I'm going to work with you on level 4 and your Lunarland stuff. Obviously, Link, do you want to run into the auditorium and show them the piece of blue armor that you have?
He's gonna show them that later. That's not a thing he's gonna show them in public.
Okay, that's fine. As everyone exits the auditorium, either in ranger form or if you've demorphed, if anybody wants to do an alertness roll, we can do that if you want to like look around or anything like that. But what Vi is experiencing, everyone that's not a ranger is experiencing, and you're hearing people talk in clumps. Wasn't there supposed to be an audition today? What are we doing at the opera house? And like people are looking their phones, like yeah, there was supposed to be an audition, but it doesn't. Like it seems like a mass, like not quite hypnosis, but like people's minds aren't holding on to what they experienced. And it seems like, except for you, it seems like a very universal thing that happened. Alertness roll with 3, Felix. You're really concentrated on your new toy, so that 3 is where that's from. Link,
Ow.
you're 13. There is a floral scent on this armor piece. Like it should smell like gunmetal or Persian or something, but it smells floral almost.
Okay.
Leia, 16, your alertness. This was planned. There's a reason there were no set pieces. There are grooves where there should be set pieces, especially for a Mozart show. There should be some backdrops being painted. There should be like stuff. There should be some costume pieces for combat, especially. It was almost like it was planned for the thing to not happen. Like things are purposely missing. Alex, with your 14 in alertness, there were bouncers at the door. Like those people that like were with Coach Gristle that were his assistants. There's a good chance they were in on this, but not enough that you're sure they knew the full extent. But they were not surprised and running like the people in the crowds were. They just weren't like stopping them from leaving either. And I think that's everybody who rolled alertness. All right. And so to give you that to chew on, because werewolf theme, I would like to spend some time with Isabits doing the Freddy. If you want to do the Freddy conversation,
Yeah.
Isabits,
Absolutely.
we can do that real quick.
Yeah.
And we'll be back. So please feel free to join us in the Shadows of Nox Discord. Feel free to follow us and give story points to your favorite ranger.
The link
You can
for
even
the
give
Discord
extra
is
story
in the
points to
chat.
buy. The link to Discord is in the chat. All the links are in the chat. Much thanks to Isabits for making that happen. Rangers, if you can like turn off your cameras, and I don't think this should take more than 10-20 minutes. But I don't want to mess with your camera composition, Isabits. So
Yeah, please don't do
that's
that.
the thing.
Who turned off their camera?
You
Oh,
too.
no, if you have like a little
Was it
post-it note or a slider bar that you can put on there is what it is. It's the whole thing.
It's
Sorry.
okay.
No, it's fine. It's
okay.
the pressures of working with technology. If you want to stick around and eavesdrop, you totally can. But Yeah, just this will be between Elizabeth and me, and everyone. Thank you everyone for tuning in. If you want to find out what happens later, we can release this as like some bonus content or something.
Oh, do you just want to
But
do
yeah,
this one-on-one with you and me and not record it? Or do you want to do
no,
this
we can do it
live?
right now.
Okay.
Yeah, we can do this live right now. I just want
Okay.
to give people that like want to go and then want to watch it later. They can do it.
Fair enough.
But also people that just want to hang out can do it. But so yeah, so we can rewind it to the beginning of the morning. Um, Freddy seems annoyed at people that he sees that are Centurions that are um, leaving, going down the street, and he's just kind of working on the van, and it looks like he's not doing anything important, so he's just kind of working on the van. He's muttering under his breath. Not even sure what he's muttering really at this point. But he's not paying attention, Jules. And remember, you were grumpy at the beginning of this morning. Perhaps you were
Very
grumpy
grumpy.
the whole day long.
I'm very grumpy. Grr.
Yes.
I'm trying to figure out, like, I don't have any.
Um. So yeah,
Where did my torque wrench go? Who keeps? Is there a torque wrench fairy? I swear to God, if I can't find my torque wrench,
I'm gonna go up behind him and tap him very hard on the shoulder.
yeah, yeah. Oh, hello, Jules. Hi. Yes, hello.
Hi. What are you doing?
I'm just working on the van.
Hmm.
What I'm doing. It's what I always do. It's how I stay out of trouble. You know, how I stay out of trouble. Yeah.
It's funny that you put it that way, actually.
I mean, I'm not good at jokes. That's what I've heard. But yeah, I guess I'm kind of funny. Yeah. Hi. Are you having a good? Did you get that stupid text message? It's awful text message.
I did. It woke me up, and it was not pleasant. Um. So speaking of the van and you working on the van and not being in trouble, I swear it's the weirdest thing. I swear I saw you yesterday in the van.
But I mean, I drove y'all out to the pier, except for what's her name? Leia.
Yeah, you did.
Leia,
And
like Princess Leia. Yeah, like the Star Wars character, right?
yeah,
Yeah, I think
yeah,
it's. I don't know how it's spelled, but yeah, yeah.
yeah, it's spelled that way.
How do you? Yeah,
Anyway,
Star Wars. Star Wars is kind of fun.
yeah, no, it
People
is.
like
It's a
Star
lot of
Wars.
fun. I enjoy
I'm a
it.
Star Wars fan.
But see, the thing is, you drove away. We watched you. You left, but then I happened to see you watching us.
I no.
Yeah, and then you drove away when I walked up to you.
I don't remember it happening that way. I had lots of errands to run. I mean, you were just going. I didn't want to clean up a moldy old pier.
Do your errands include following us and watching us?
I mean, as fun as that would be, no,
That
I
would be
have lots
fun.
of stuff to do.
It would be fun to
Well,
watch a group of teenagers.
I mean, fun is in like sarcastic fun.
Oh,
More
right.
like
Yeah.
I just
Okay.
yeah. I have things to do. I have all kinds of things I have to do for Ernie up and down the city, and it's
Did someone
I don't
ask
really
you to watch us, to keep an eye on us?
I no, I don't know why I would. He's not very good at lying, by the way. I'm not even going to make you roll. This is obviously Freddy is not very good at this.
Um, Look, you and Ernie have been really kind to us, letting us stay here. Um, and I'm sure that we all appreciate that. Um, what I need to know is if we can trust you. And right now, I don't feel like I can trust you. So why were you sticking around, watching us, seeing things that you probably shouldn't have seen?
Well, I just things in Centurion Ridge have been weird for a long time. Okay,
Agreed.
look, it's not. There's people that live in the sewers. You don't. Other people don't see them because they choose not to see them, but there's people living in the sewers.
We met them.
And I thought maybe you were with them. They're I don't know if they're good or bad, but they're living in the sewers. So there's like a society thing going on down there. It's they have like a whole chant. It's very uncomfortable.
That's why you were following us, because you wanted to know if we were part of that cult that's down there.
Yes. Yes. That is exactly why I was following you. Yes. That was the reason.
Can I tell if he's lying, or do I need to make a roll?
You don't,
because
need
I feel
to
like
make a
he's
roll.
lying.
Yes. You don't need to make a roll about that.
Okay. Freddie, I know you're lying to me. What did you see? And who are you reporting to? And let me remind you that I can get the rest of my friends in on this. Right now, it's just you and me talking. But you keep lying to me, and I will tell everyone else, and you will answer to all of us.
Necessary? It's just really cool. We've never had anything like this in Centurion Ridge before. I just thought if I could, because there's one more, you know?
One more what?
There's one more. There's, like with the suit and the guns. There's one more.
Do you know who or where they are?
No, there's a stupid guy that kind of like phases in and out of reality. He's blue, but he's not. He doesn't look right. Something not right about him. He keeps. When I saw him, he was like spouting off coordinates, and I was like, "Haha, RoboCop!" And it's super dumb. No, it's. I mean, you were at the Historical Society. You saw it, didn't you? It's the battery.
The battery. Freddie, this is very important. Do you remember the coordinates?
No, it was like he was looking for something. I don't think the coordinates. His voice was very confused, and he didn't see me. And then you came running out of a building, so I didn't get to follow him after he like went away.
So
there's one more. I could be them. I mean, if you can be them, I could be them.
So you're not spying on us for Ivan. You're not trying to hurt us. You're not trying to stop us.
You don't know what Ivan has done, do you? You don't see it yet? How long have you lived in Centurion Ridge? Are you new?
I haven't lived here my whole life, but I mean, I've been here for a couple of years.
You went to the store. Did you go in the genealogy room?
I don't remember. Did I go in the genealogy room? I don't think I did.
No. Somebody did, but it was the room that wasn't. It was the room that wasn't ransacked.
Okay, yeah, then it was me. No, I didn't go. I wasn't in that room. Look, I need your word that you're not going to tell anybody what you saw. You can't tell anybody who we really are.
Well, of course I wouldn't. Ernie promised me to secrecy, and also like, I mean, if I don't have a suit, if Ooze comes after me like he's been doing, I got nothing.
Okay, back up. Ernie knows, number one. Just number one. Ernie knows about us?
Well, yeah, of course he does. He's been waiting for the Power Rangers for a long time.
Okay. And what do you mean by Ooze coming after you specifically?
Not just me, but I have my brother. and he likes to do things in pairs. So, like, I don't talk with my brother much, but, like, we're about due. He came back just like he always does. I just want to keep my family safe. I don't want it to happen again. So if I had a suit, if I was gold, I could help, and maybe it wouldn't happen again. No, I guess maybe if they're not, you don't know, do you?
I don't know what, Freddie.
Every 40 years, every 40 years, Ivan chooses like a group of people to take as tribute. No one's been able to figure out. We've been trying to. There's just some people trying to piece together. And he's losing his like ability to kind of like he's starting to tear up a little bit, and he eventually goes. Ivan's been doing this for a long time. Every 40 years or so. We've been waiting for the Power Rangers since this town was founded. No one knows how old he is. You're the first people that have been able to do anything about it. And then everyone forgets, and there's reporting, but then people forget, and they won't teach the real history. And we've got freaks living in the sewer, and they think they're looking for one thing, and Ivan's had it out for this town since our founding, man. And I just don't want anything to happen.
I don't either. Look, I will talk to my friends about everything you told me. We are gonna do whatever we can to keep the town safe and to stop Ivan. I need you to not do anything reckless to get yourself in trouble. Right now, you are able to see things that other people don't. People don't really notice that you're watching. But I need you to not get on Ivan's radar because I don't want anything to happen to you. So promise me that you're not going to do anything crazy. Trust us to fix this.
We're all on Ivan's radar. As long as he's alive, we're all targets.
You know what I mean.
Yeah, but I could help you. I could help if you have a suit. There's a suit. There's another suit. I'm telling you, there's a gold suit.
Gold suit. Okay. I genuinely don't know how people are picked for the suits. I don't know how I was picked for my suit. I don't know. But look, let me talk to my friends. Let us figure something out, and thank you for trusting me with this.
I just want it to stop.
I know.
Did you look at the newspapers?
I did. They're creepy and weird, and we're gonna stop this. Somehow, we are gonna stop this.
You don't see it. Every 40 years, there's a picture of him. Did you go in the newspaper room?
I did. I took newspapers out with me.
Pictures of him. It's not ever where you expect. There's every 40 years. I thought maybe it wouldn't happen this time. I thought maybe we were advanced enough. We have like there are Power Rangers in other cities. I'm waiting for you guys for so long. We just don't want to be afraid anymore.
We will fix this. I don't know how yet, but I promise you we will find a way.
He doesn't cheer up or exhale or anything, but it's clear this is something that he's been thinking about for a long time. It's clear this is something that he knows well. And based upon the information you have, it's clear there are some puzzle pieces here in Centurion Ridge that now you have some more information about. Also, Freddy believes there is a gold suit hanging about somewhere.
It is definitely something that I will be bringing up with my team when we have a moment alone together.
Yes. And the next time you'll have a moment alone together will be in 2 weeks' time for the next episode of Power Rangers Centurion, where I'm going to give a special shout out to Lottie as Vut, and we will have another person coming in next week on December 27th, which is 2 days after Christmas. We will still have an episode. And there will be more cameos, more surprises, and another power weapon to be found somewhere hanging out in Centurion Ridge. Until the next time, thank you, Isabits, for sticking around and
Thank
for
you.
being tech. Thank you to all of the Rangers for going through with these episodes with me. I hope you had a good time today. I'm sorry we didn't get a chance for Coach Gristle to bite you, but it's not the
There's
last
always
you're going to
next
see of
time.
Coach Gristle, apparently. So who knows? Maybe you'll have a chance to get bit at some point in the future.
There's
You never
always
know.
next
But
time.
yes, always next time. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in, and I hope you had a good time in the adventure, and we'll see you in 2 weeks' time for Power Rangers Centurion. Good night, everybody. Thank you for joining us on our new home, the Shadows of Nox, where all the spooky things will go bump in the night.